Hello, my dear friends and students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is lecture number 5 of chemical bonding. As we know, we are continuously discussing from the last 4 lectures about chemical bonding. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study the hybridization using sp and d orbital. In the previous lecture, we studied about hybridization using s and p orbitals only, in which we studied sp, sp2 and sp3 hybridization. This is one more of very important hybridization using sp and d orbitals, in which we are going to study dsp2 hybridization, sp3d hybridization and sp3d2 hybridization. Let me see one by one. The first is DsP2 hybridization. This is also a it's very easy to understand the concept of the DsP2 hybridization. As we studied previously, the DsP2, it means that here we can see one d orbital, one s orbital and two p orbital. Here it is called as the DsP2 hybridization. It is also called as the square planar hybridization because of their geometry of the shape of that hybridization of the molecules. Here we can see the mixing of one d orbital, one s orbital and two p orbitals to form four new equivalent hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape is known as the dsp2 hybridization. For any hybridization, the mixing of atomic orbitals and they form the new equivalent hybrid orbitals with equal energy and shape. Here also that is one d orbital, one s orbital and two p orbitals. They get combined to form new four equivalent hybrid orbitals of equal energy and shape is known as the dsp2 hybridization. It is also called as the square planar hybridization. Why? The shape of the hybrid orbitals formed in the space, it looks like a planar. Therefore, it is called as the square planar hybridization. Okay. Now here we can see this is the d is where the d orbital used for this dsp2 hybridization is n minus 1. Therefore, it is we can write first that is d and then comes to the sp2 hybridization. Here out of 5d orbital that is the d orbital used for square planar hybridization, very important, that is dx square minus y square is used for hybridization and it must be the n minus 1 d orbital. Okay, try to understand, this is the d orbital in case of the dsp2, the hybridization used, that is ds square minus y square orbital used for hybridization having n minus 1 d orbital, where n is the principal quantum number, that is last orbit of the electron of the atom. Okay, the example here we have the lot of examples here we can see for the dsp2 hybridization, that is NiCN4 2 minus, PtCl4 2 minus, PtCl4 2 minus. So let me see one of the example of NiCN4 of 2 minus, which is a complex molecule formed in the metal bond of metal ligal bonds. Here we can see. So let me consider NiCN4 2 minus. It means here these are the ligands and central atom is in nickel. Where, as I told in the previous lecture also, always the central atom of the orbitals undergo the hybridization to form the hybrid orbitals. Let me see, first nickel is the central atom here, and Cl minus are the ligands, are the here we can see surrounding atoms or surrounding ligands. The nickel atom, atomic number 28, having Ar 4s2 3d8 4p0. If we can write the nickel free atom in the ground state, that is here we can see 3d8 4s2. That is 3d8 means 4 the d orbital consisting of the two unpaired electron, means first they are filled with the single electron, then comes to the pair electron. Again 4s2 having the two electrons and 4p having the vacant in the ground state. Whenever that is Ni plus 2 means where the two electrons are removed, that is Ni plus 2, where the electronic configuration, here we can see that there is 3d orbital and 4s orbital. Always the electrons removed first from the 4s orbital. So here we can see the second Ni plus 2 the configuration, 4s is the vacant, 4p is also vacant, and we require the d orbital also. Whenever, so here try to understand, the concept is very clear. Here we have the one vacant orbital, here p are the vacant orbitals. Here it is not having the unpaired electron because this is a metal complex molecule. Always in the metal complex, so in the metal complex formation molecule, ligands are give the two electrons to the vacant hybrid orbital. So therefore you must require for vacant of this formation of NiCN 4 2 minus, that is ions, that is complex ion, where we have the one 4s orbital is the vacant and 3p orbitals are also vacant, but we require the d orbital should have the vacant. But what will happen here? 3d orbital having the 2 2 1 unpaired electrons are there. But in the case of here we can try to understand, in the case of the ligands are come close to the Ni, that is metal atom, that is metal atom of the Ni 2 place. So at the same time, what will happen? This unpaired electrons of two unpaired electrons becomes the paired, and it becomes the one of the d vacant orbital will be there. Means this will become the d is the vacant orbital, 4s will be the vacant orbital, and 3p will be here. Just we need only two orbital of the p. This we required and this we required. Therefore, it forms the dsp2 hybrid orbitals. Likewise. Now see, here as I told that this is the s orbital, that is 4s orbital. Here px orbital, that is 4px, that is 4px orbital, 4py orbital, and this is the 3d orbital, which is previously we seen, that is inner orbital. Here the shell is the third shell, here the shell is the fourth shell. Therefore, n minus 1 d orbital which is used, means here actually the two d electrons having the unpaired electrons, but when the ligand comes closest to the central atom, suddenly this unpaired electron becomes paired and it becomes the vacant of this d orbital. Now the vacant of the 3d orbital, 4s orbital, and 2p orbitals of 4p becomes combined and form the, now see, this is the 4s orbital, 4px orbital, 4py orbital, this is 3d x square minus y square orbital, and the 4 all get combined and to form the dsp2 hybrid orbitals. Okay, now this formed 4 dsp2 hybrid orbitals are combined with the Cn, that is Cn which is in the ligand of the px of the ligand of Cn ions, and combined with the 4 hybrid orbital. Here you can see a 4 is there, means not a single, it's a 4 px orbitals of the Cn ions are there, and combined with this dsp2 hybrid orbitals form NiCN4 2 minus. So this is the where the atomic orbital overlapping of NiCN4 2 minus ion. You can see here nickel is the central atom, Cn is the ligand, Cn is the ligand, Cn is the ligand, and Cn is the ligand. It having the charges of the 2 minus, which is the example of dsp2, and the shape of this molecule is the square planar, and the bond angle, if you try to understand, the bond angle is a 90 degree. Here this is very important, bond angle is 90 degree. Okay, bond angle is the 90 degree. Let me see the some one more of example, that is sp3 dehybridization. See, here it is the sp3 dehybridization. It is also called as the tbp hybridization, or that is trigonal bipyramidal hybridization, also called as the trigonal bipyramidal hybridization. Again, we can try to understand the very simple. See, what is the hybridization, how we can define it? That is the process of mixing of one s, 3p and 1d orbital to form new equivalent hybrid orbitals of identical energy, and shape is known as the sp3 hybridization. Okay, now here what we have to try to understand, here the d orbital, here this is the d orbital. D orbital used in this sp3 hybridization is dx square minus z square. So dz square, sorry, dz square orbital is used for this hybridization. As we previously seen that for dsp2 hybridization, because that was a square planar, for that purpose we used dx square minus y square d orbital. Here the sp3 hybridization, because it is a trigonal bipyramidal shape which is with respect to the z axis, so therefore we require dz square orbital used in this hybridization. The bond angle is 120 degree and then 90 degree. Example, here we can see PCl5 or FeCO5. Let me see. Very simple, as we discussed in the last lecture, that is formation of PlCl5 molecules. Whenever when we going to discuss the hybridization, always try to understand the central atom and also the surrounding atoms. Here central atom is the phosphorus and surrounding atoms are the chlorine. Now what is the phosphorus? Atomic number is a 15. Can we write here the electronic configuration? 3s2, 3p2, 3d0. Here we can write 3s2, 3d, sorry, it is a 3d3, sorry, it's not, it's 2, it's 3d3. It is a 3d3, sorry, it's not, because it's a atomic number is 15, so it requires 3p3, 3s2, 3p3, 3d0. This here we can see in the electronic configuration of the phosphorus in the ground state. Here 3s2 fulfilled, and 3d, that is 3p, is consisting of the 3 unpaired electron, and 3d is the vacant. Now the chlorine atom, atomic number 17, which is a surrounding atom. 3s2 3p5. So which having the here we can see it is completely fulfilled of 3p5, having it required only one electron for the stabilization. It requires one electron for the chlorine atom can be stable. So now what happens at the time of the hybridization? This whenever the surrounding atoms come close to the central atom, at the same time the ground state of this phosphor of we require the what will happen? We require the sp3, means we require s orbital, 3p orbital and 1 d orbital, and this paired of the s orbital it becomes promoted to this vacant of d orbital. Now likewise here s orbital is becomes unpaired, 3p3 already we have 3 unpaired electrons, and 1 electron shifted from this 3s orbital to vacant 3d orbitals, and it becomes the here it is one unpaired electron, here it is one unpaired electron, here it is one unpaired electron, and here it is also one unpaired electron. All these 5 unpaired electrons of the atomic hybrid orbitals of s orbital, that is 3p orbital and 1 d orbitals, undergo hybridization to form this hybrid orbitals having the shape of trigonal bipyramidal shape. Means 3 atoms are in the plane and 2 is one along with the z-axis. One is above the plane and one is the below the plane. Here we can see the structure. Likewise, here it is in the plane. This is called as equatorial bonds. These are called as equatorial bond, and these two are the axial. I hope you are trying to understanding this concept. This is a trigonal plane. So here we can write this is the one of the bond in the above the plane, and this is the one of the bond below the plane. So likewise, this is structure is there, which is known as a trigonal bipyramidal shape. Here we can see the angle. So angle between these three is 120, and this is the now this is what happened. This is a 90 degree. Okay, this is the 90-degree angle is it. Therefore, this is the angle of this trigonal bipyramidal shapes are 120 and the 90. Now see, now further what happens, the formed sp3 hybrid orbitals are combined with the that is 3 p's of chlorine atom, 3 p orbitals of the chlorine, they get combined to form the PCl5 molecules of like this one. So it will be the 5, it will be the 5 of chlorine molecules, they get combined to form PCl5 molecule. The geometry of a molecule of this trigonal bipyramidal, the geometry of this molecule is trigonal bipyramidal, and bond angle between this Cl P and Cl is 120 degree, and Cl PCl is 90 degree. One angle is 120, one angle is the 90 degree. Means equatorial bonds are the 120, and axial equatorial bonds of this will become the 90 degree. Okay. Now next is octahedral, that is sp3d2 hybridization. This is also very simple. Here we can see whether it is sp3d2 or d2sp3, where it depends on the whether it is forms inner orbital or whether it is from the outer orbital of the d orbital. Wherever whether it is forms inner orbital or outer orbital, shape will be forms the octahedral. Okay, because we require the 2 orbitals. What is one is the dz square and one is the dx square minus y square orbital. Therefore, it always forms a planar. It is in the plane. So a square planar plus and 2 are from the axial along with the axial. Okay. So it is the octahedral hybridization is the mixing of 1s and 3p orbitals and 2 d orbitals form a set of 6 equivalent hybrid orbitals called as the d2sp3 or sp3d2 hybridization, which having the shape of this molecule is octahedral. Therefore, this hybridization is also called as the octahedral hybridization. Examples here we can see, that is NH3 6 plus 2 plus, FeCN6 3 minus, UF6 chromium, that is chromium CrH2O6 2 plus. So likewise different molecules are there. Let us study the example of CrH2O6 of 2 plus molecules, where chromium is central atom and H2O are the ligands which are attached to the central atom. This is also metal complex molecule. In terms of the metal complex molecules, always try to understand chromium atom is the central atom. For metal complex molecules, ligands are donate 2 electrons toward the central atom. Means for the hybridization you require the vacant d orbital for hybridization. Let me see here the electronic configuration of free chromium. We know that is 24 is the atomic number, but it is stable at 3d5, 4s1, 4p0, 4d0. It means it having all having the unpaired electrons, but we required for the configuration what we required? We required 1 s orbital, 3 p orbital and 2 d orbital. So here you can say here this is one of the electron where it is it can be it is removed. So here the this electron in the chromium 2 plus, which is electrons are 2 plus means already 2 electrons are removed, electrons removed from one from 4s orbital and one from 3d orbitals. Okay, now this vacant 4s orbital, vacant 4p orbitals and 3 4d orbitals, 2 4d orbitals means s orbital, 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 2 d orbitals, all are they get under hybridization to form 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals, and once the 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals are formed and they get combined with the water molecules of the ligand to form the octahedral structure. So likewise we can see here d2 orbitals, I told that d orbitals are the two are involved, that is one is d square minus y square and dz square is also involved, s orbital is involved, px orbital is involved, py orbital is involved and pz orbital is involved. All the 6 hybrid orbitals are involved to form sp3d2 hybrid orbitals, and these are combined with the water molecule, that is 6 of water molecules to form likewise octahedral structure. Here we can see the octahedral structure of the chromium s2o6 3 plus of the structure is there, means it forms the octahedral shape is there. The bond angle is a 90. See, try to understand the bond angle for this any molecule, whether it is equatorial or axial. These two are called as axial. This is axial H2O, axial H2O. This is equatorial, 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 equatorial. So here for all, whether it is equatorial or axial, the bond angle is 90 degree. So shape of this molecule is octahedral. Therefore, this hybridization is called as octahedral hybridization. Okay. I hope you are understand the concepts of these things, that is dsp2 hybridization, sp3 dehybridization, sp3 d2 hybridization. So with this I will stop here. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for latest videos upgradation or notification. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.